The person that I chose to interview for this assignment was a family friend named Dennis, who has 3 children, the youngest of which is an 11-year-old daughter named Megan. And when asking him about her screen media use, it was very clear that the most prevalent use of screen media was her smartphone. How many hours a day would you say she spends using screen media?
And the phone, how many hours are there in a day? Yeah, she's on the phone at least 6 hours a day, mainly looking at Instagram.
And he was saying that he actually was not able to really monitor that use, and he said from the time she gets home to the time she goes to bed, she is constantly on her smartphone. He does try to monitor her use of the home computer and the television, neither of which is in her room. So he says he will watch it with her sometimes. She's 11 years old. She's towards the end of the concrete operational stage, moving into formal operational, so she's able to use her own logic, her own critical thinking. I think he doesn't feel that it's as important that he's with her monitoring her, because she's kind of more of her own person and has her own tastes and preferences. But he was very concerned about her use of the smartphone, which contrasted a lot with the kids we tutor, because they are mostly on the computer and television. So it's interesting getting a different perspective where the telephone is the primary use of screen media. When I asked him about co-viewing and whether he enjoys watching the same shows as his daughter, he was saying that he'll try to get involved in some of the same shows that she enjoys watching. Do you spend a lot of time watching TV with her, or does she spend most of her time watching TV by herself?
I would say it might be 50-50, because it's only about an hour that she'll watch by herself, and we'll spend an hour, maybe to 2 hours. It's not every night, but watching something at night.
For example, I think he said Walking Dead was one of the shows that he tried to get into and watch with his daughter. I do think that he saw co-viewing as important, not so much from the aspect of what she's gaining from the television and what she's learning from the television, but more so as a time for them to be together and to bond. Because in this particular household, the parents are divorced, so I think when he gets to spend time with his daughter, he doesn't want to just be watching TV in separate rooms. He kind of uses that, the television as like the electronic hearth, to have something to talk about, be able to engage with her about a certain topic. And so I think he saw co-viewing as important in that particular aspect. Overall, I think he's actually a really good example of how the majority of parents, especially with that age group of child, interacts with the media and their children.